Tomorrow marks 1 year since a high school student opened fire at his school, and before it was over, one student was dead, 3 wounded, and Freeman High School's sense of security shattered. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nadine Woodward. Tomorrow, September 13th, is the first anniversary of that tragic day. The shooting in the second-floor hallway killed 14-year-old Sam Strahan and left 3 classmates hurt. A day of horror and heroism. We continue our coverage of the approaching anniversary tonight and the Freeman Strong Bond born that day. Our Hawk Hammer spoke with 2 people who are part of that healing process. Hawk, they have been since pretty much day one.
Day one, Nadine. The first from the emergency room at Sacred Heart, where the victims were cared for. The second, a social worker from Multicare Rockwood Clinic, who has given support to the students since their first day back to school.
I remember it vividly. The nursing supervisor called my cell phone and told me that there'd been a school shooting.
At first, she thought it was just another drill.
We quickly found out it was not a drill.
News began rolling in fast. There was a casualty, students gunned down. How many, not known. But the reaction was immediate. Operating rooms were cleared and prepped. Extra doctors called in, nurses, anesthesiologists, surgery staff, and the chaplains, waiting for that first ambulance to roll in.
We know when they're coming in, so our teams are ready to accept them within seconds.
3 gunshot patients, 3 teenage girls, ultimately came out of surgery successfully into a crowd of well-wishers. Family, friends, and members of every department at Sacred Heart Children's Hospital came to support their healing process. Community rallying around their girls and their caregivers.
They provided us as much support as, I think we provided them.
Freeman Strong, still in its infancy, but at its finest. That identity would be tested in the coming days, though, as students returned once more to the hallways where many had watched the horror unfold. But there, too, they had support. Sean Hendrickson was on the team of Multicare Rockwood's social workers that were there that first day back. It was to him that many of the students came to for help, in shock, looking for guidance.
They wanted to know how to make things normal. How are we supposed to feel?
He says the trauma played out in many ways. Students concerned they couldn't feel, some feeling too much.
There were students that, came into class, walked right back out, weren't ready to be involved.
Many continue to come to him for help, both students and teachers. The healing process takes time. For many, the memories are still fresh.
Some kiddos may not want to talk about it, but always encourage them and tell them that you'll be available if they want to.
And as we get ready to mark an emotional 1 year since Freeman, advice for all.
Know that you're not alone. You're not going through this by yourself.
I'm Hawk Hammer, KXLY4 News.
If you missed any of our coverage this past year of the milestones for those girls who survived and the Freeman community, you can check them out at our website. Just go to KXLY.com.